High above the world, a great sign appeared in the heavens. A woman stood in the sky, clothed with the sun itself. The moon rested beneath her feet, and upon her head was a crown of 12 shining stars. She shone with a brilliance that seemed to come from heaven itself, yet her face was filled with pain. She cried out as she struggled in labor, because the moment had come for her to give birth. But she was not alone in the heavens. Suddenly another sign appeared in the sky, and it was terrifying to behold. A great red dragon rose into view. It was enormous, powerful, and dreadful, with 7 heads and 10 horns, and crowns resting upon its heads. When the dragon moved its tail across the sky, it swept a third of the stars from heaven and hurled them down toward the earth. Then the dragon moved closer and positioned itself directly in front of the woman who was about to give birth. It waited there, watching carefully, ready for the moment the child would arrive. Its purpose was clear. The dragon intended to devour the child the very moment he entered the world. The heavens went silent. Then the woman gave birth to a son. This child was destined to rule the nations with unbreakable authority. Yet before the dragon could reach him, before it could carry out its terrible plan, the child was suddenly taken up to God and to his throne. In a single moment, the dragon lost its chance. The one it had waited to destroy was now beyond its reach forever. Meanwhile the woman fled. She escaped into the wilderness, into a place prepared for her by God, where she would be protected and cared for. But the dragon's fury was only beginning. Suddenly war broke out in heaven itself. Angels rushed into battle, and at their head stood Michael the archangel, the great warrior of heaven. Across from him stood the dragon and the angels that had followed it in rebellion. The heavens shook with the violence of their battle. Light clashed against darkness. The forces of heaven fought against the dragon with power and determination. The dragon fought back with all the fury it possessed, but its strength was not enough. It was defeated. It could no longer remain in heaven. The dragon was cast down to the earth below, and the angels who followed it were thrown down with it. That ancient serpent, the one called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world, fell from heaven to the earth. Then a great voice echoed through heaven, declaring that salvation, power, and the kingdom of God had come, because the accuser had been thrown down. But when the dragon realized it had been cast to the earth, its anger burned hotter than ever before. It turned its fury toward the woman who had given birth to the child. Yet God's protection moved faster than the dragon's rage. She was given wings like a great eagle so she could fly into the wilderness, into the place prepared for her where she would be safe. Still the dragon refused to stop. In its rage it poured out a flood like a river, hoping the rushing waters would sweep the woman away. But the earth itself opened its mouth and swallowed the flood whole. The dragon's plan collapsed again. Enraged and humiliated, it turned away from the woman, but it did not end its war. Instead it went off to wage battle against the rest of her children, those who remain faithful to God and keep His commandments. And so the battle continues even now. The dragon still rages. Darkness still fights against the light. But what the vision made clear is this: the child the dragon tried to destroy now sits upon the throne of heaven. The accuser has already been thrown down. The flood has already been swallowed. And no matter how fierce the battle becomes in the days ahead, no power in heaven or on earth will ever overthrow the kingdom of God. Stay rooted. Stay free. God bless you.